Welcome back, guys. Today we're just gonna do a pretty fun video, and we're just gonna name our top 5 favorite fighters in MMA. These are just our favorite fighters. This is not like a pound for pound list. This is just the fighters that we enjoy watching, or the fighters that we used to enjoy watching. So these are just our favorite top 5 fighters. So don't think this as the pound for pound list, and this is really not really in a particular order. So yeah, man, take it out.
So for me, I'll start with 5 has to be the Diaz brothers. I know there's 2 people, but we're still gonna consider them as a 1. For 2 reasons. Fun, their outside antics, they're always fun to watch. They're always talking shit to people. And secondly, because I like their style. It's a fun style to watch. It's a mainly boxing style, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, and for number 5, I have Diego Sanchez. Although Diego Sanchez kind of, in my opinion, should kind of retire, he is always someone that's very entertaining to watch. He always gives out wars. I feel like he performs more for the people than he does for himself, because sometimes it looks like this guy doesn't have no care in the world about his health. But man, I respect Diego Sanchez, so I have him as 5th on my list.
4, I would have to say George Motz with us. For the same reason why I like the Diaz brothers, because first of all, he's more active than the Diaz brothers. That's why he's the head. Secondly, I like listening to his interviews. He's the street dude. He came from the streets in the Kimbo Slice scene in Miami, Florida, and he's a really good boxer as well.
4th on my list, I have Rampage Jackson. Rampage Jackson, just for the mere fact that this guy is really funny. I like his interviews with Ariel Helwani, and as you guys seen one of our previous videos, actually one of my favorite fights of Rampage Jackson was the trilogy that he actually had with Vanderlei Silva. That trilogy was the first fight that I actually saw that kind of captivated me into the MMA world. So I have number 4, I have Rampage Jackson.
And for number 3, I have Robert Whitaker, who's I think the only non-Hispanic on this list, and he. I think I like him because 1, he's really humble. He doesn't talk shit like the previous guys, and 2, he's a really good fighter. He surprised me when he beat Uriah Hall, who was I had high hopes for. And secondly, he surprised me more when he beat Yoel Romero. He took the takedown and he kind of he beat him. And he with the broken hand, he was injured. He beat Yoel Romero, and that's why he's number 3. And he's a nice guy, and he's a really good fighter.
Third on my list, I have Cain Velasquez. I think he's one of the most entertaining heavyweights. He's always pushing the fight forward, so his fights are always entertaining. It's not like a regular heavyweight match where people are waiting for a punch. You ever watch a heavyweight fight versus let's say a lightweight? Like the lightweights throw way more punches than the heavyweights, but Cain Velasquez actually pushes that pace and makes those fights exciting. So that's why I have Cain Velasquez number 3.
Alright, so number 2, I have Tony Ferguson, who I have actually met Tony Ferguson. He trained me before, and that training, I like his training style, and he's really fun hanging around with, because we take pictures after, and he was being really silly, and he's a really nice dude and he's a very serious dude. Some of the stuff he says is kind of cringy, but still, I like watching his fight, and his style, probably my favorite style, is it's unorthodox. It's a lot of wrestling, a lot of breakdancing, and he has good striking as well.
Number 2, I have Daniel Cormier, and the reason why I have him is because he's good. He's a good wrestler. He's all around pretty good, pretty solid. The fact that he lost to John Jones is kind of heartbreaking, especially now with all the controversy that's surrounding John Jones. But overall, he's funny. I feel like if he could do like a talk shows or cut a WWE promo, he'd be the guy to do it. And then he trains with our boy Cain Velasquez. So yeah, man, I have him number 2.
For the number 1 fighter, my favorite fighter in the UFC and MMA in general, has to be Kelvin Gastelum, who was. I kind of started liking him when he was on the Ultimate Fighter with Chael Sonnen and John Jones. He was the last seed, he was the last pick, and he was the one that actually won it. And he beat Uriah Hall, who was a prospect at the time. He was the next Anderson Silva, and he beat him in a quick decision. And then he went on a tear at welterweight, and even at middleweight, he had a few good wins over Nate Marquardt, and I think Johnny Hendricks was at middleweight. I'm not sure though, but he's at middleweight now. And when he fought Chris Weidman, the former champion, he almost finished him, and I think Chris Weidman got saved by the bell in that fight. And overall, he's a nice dude. I've not met him yet, but that's one of my bucket list, meet Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah. As for me, number 1 on the list, I have another DC. I actually have Dominick Cruz, and the reason why I chose him, although his injuries kind of pretty much hurt his career, I'm kind of addicted to that style of hit and not get hit, whether people call it running or whatever you guys want to call it, but that's probably the most smartest way, and he kind of mixes it up, and it was very unorthodox when he first started doing all of that. It was kind of different, and then TJ Dillashaw probably picked parts off. They pretty much dissected Dominick Cruz's footwork and his movement, and you know, it changed the game a little bit, especially for those lower weight classes. So yeah, that's why I have Dominick. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, Khabib, he, you know, doesn't fight often. His style is a little, actually his style's pretty exciting. I like his style. He smashes dudes, and it's not boring. It's not like a GSP when he was a welterweight champion. Khabib was actually really entertaining to watch.
Honorable mentions. Well, it was kind of hard for me to even come up with this list, but if I were to give some honorable mentions, it'd probably be Vitor Belfort and Robbie Lawler. Those guys go through war all the time, so those guys have been around for a long time. Those are our top 5 favorite MMA fighters. Like I said, this is not a pound for pound list, so don't hate us. And if Conor McGregor wasn't on the list, don't hate us for that either. These are just our biased opinions. So tell us down below, what are your top 5 favorite MMA fighters, and who do you guys like watching, who do you guys enjoy? And don't give us the pound for pound list, just give us your favorite fighters. So that'll be all, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, hit that notification bell, that way you guys are notified every time we upload a new video. Like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, follow us on our Instagram and our personal Instagrams, get the latest news on what's going on in the MMA world, in the boxing world, or anything to do with combat sports. So hopefully you guys like this video. We love your girlfriends. Peace.